Infertility is a growing problem in the United States. In vitro fertilization treatments have risen 65% since 2003, with an increasing number of same-sex couples deciding to have children. Many seek reproductive help. One option is sperm banks. The sector is estimated to earn about $88 million. Anna Werner shows us why some industry advocates have big concerns about the lack of federal oversight. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, you might think that sperm banks are regulated like your doctor's office, but actually there is limited oversight, which some consumers say has led to unpleasant surprises and heartache.
We were best friends.
High school sweethearts Sarah Robertson and her husband Aaron had always planned to have children. But in 2004, at the age of 29, Aaron suffered a fatal stroke.
He was the best husband that any woman could ever want.
As he lay dying in the hospital, Robertson made the decision to harvest some of his sperm. What were you thinking on that day when you made that decision?
I was thinking there's a very good chance that my husband's going to die, but I'll have this and I can have a child that will have his likeness or his laugh to bring with me, and that gave us all so much comfort and hope.
She selected a clinic in the Los Angeles area to freeze 6 vials of Aaron's sperm. But when she was finally ready to have a baby in 2014, she got a shock. She says the clinic, which had changed hands and was now known as Reproductive Fertility Center, couldn't find the frozen sperm. All 6 vials were gone, and with them her hope for a baby from her husband.
It was like a nightmare. Like, how could this be happening?
Robertson has filed a lawsuit. Hers joins legal action taken against other sperm banks. Several families have sued a Georgia-based company over its sales of sperm from a donor it claimed was a neuroscientist, but who court papers allege was schizophrenic and did not even have a college degree.
When you have a multi-billion-dollar industry with no oversight, what could possibly go wrong?
Wendy Kramer runs the Donor Sibling Registry, a group that connects donors and their genetic family members.
What we've come to realize is that these sperm banks are really, they're sperm sellers. First and foremost, they're a money-making business.
FDA regulations only require testing for 8 diseases. No one regulates how sperm banks keep track of biological materials or do genetic testing or other vetting of donors.
Without regulation, without anybody watching, the sperm banks can basically say they test for whatever they want to say.
Some sperm banks disagree. California Cryobank, one of the country's largest, says it performs expensive genetic tests and rejects many potential donors. It told us to accuse the industry of not caring about the well-being of the individuals we are servicing is simply illogical. But even this New Jersey sperm bank operator told us,
buyer beware. I mean, that's what I talk about all the time.
Albert Anuna runs Biogenetics Corporation. He says for his sperm donors, he verifies college transcripts and does extended genetic and health tests, nearly all of them voluntary. There's no requirement for other sperm banks to do what you do.
You're right. You're right.
He says there is a need for more regulation.
You can achieve that. It will take monumental task on a national level.
Why?
Because you have to invite a lot of sperm banks and invest time in creating proper legislation.
Do you think they want legislation? Do they want regulation?
I don't know that. I may be the only one that welcomes that type of oversight.
Robertson says it's needed because she has another worry, that the clinic may have given her husband's sperm to someone else who may not know a piece of critical medical information, that the stroke that killed him was related to an inherited genetic disorder he suffered from called Marfan syndrome, something they had planned to test for before she got pregnant.
I lost my whole future. For me, everything that I had planned and my children that I was going to have. But almost worse than that is living and knowing that there may be children out there that have this horrible disease and they don't know.
Well, the clinic she's suing had no comment. Its attorney told us the facts will come out through court proceedings. And the attorneys for the sperm bank sued in Georgia told us donors' histories are provided by the donor and cannot be verified for accuracy. But they said, in addition to following FDA regulations, the company tests for common genetic conditions. And that's one thing. So talking about sperm banks is the word to consumers is, as this guy said, buyer beware. You really have to make a lot of checks on a sperm bank, find out what they do, what procedures.
I'm amazed. They just simply take the donor's word for it.
Yeah.
Well, they said they can't verify their accuracy. If they're taking an oral history from a donor and they're not doing further checks or not looking at their records, then essentially they would be taking their word for it.
All right, Anna, thank you so very much.